Seasons of life, Right now, we're moving from summer into autumn, and you can see that the weather is changing. It's not as sunny as it used to be. It's not as hot as it used to be. And there's a part of me that is saying, oh, summer, wait, don't go anywhere. But you see, that's the fact of life. Seasons come and seasons go. And when you talk about your work-life flow, your work-life effectiveness, number one thing that I really want people to understand is what is the season of life that you are in? Because if you don't understand the season of life you're in, or if you're not aware that a particular season has moved on and another has come in, you will always have a disconnect in finding joy and happiness in your life. Let me give you an example. I had my first baby after 5 years of being a career woman. And the difference it made was huge. Because imagine, I'm used to sleeping at a particular time, waking up at a particular time. I go to the office. Sometimes I would work late, those days. And I'm not really bothered so much because I didn't have a baby. I had a husband who traveled a bit. But times when he was home, I would always find my way home early. But days when he was away, I was like, okay, there's really nothing much to go back to at home. And so I would stay in the office and I would work till late. But guess what? Then I got pregnant. And with the symptoms of pregnancy, I realized I couldn't move around as fast as I wanted to. I realized I was always feeling more tired than I usually would. And I just had to slow down at some point. And after I had the baby, I realized all my days of sleeping for 8 hours were gone. Because here was this baby who I had to wake up in the night to nurse. And at times, even if I didn't have to wake up in the night to nurse him, there were times when I would just wake up and check, oh, is he really breathing? Is he still breathing? If you've been a mom, you know what I'm talking about. But you see, if I tried to do everything that I was doing in my life before I had a baby and after I had a baby, I was going to constantly feel dissatisfied. And so you need to first of all be aware what's the season of life you are in, and what are the characteristics of that season of life. Maybe you have a young adult. It's a different season of life. Maybe you live alone. It's a different season of life. Maybe you just recently got separated or divorced. It's a different season of life. So stop and take a moment to understand the season of life you're in. And then think through the characteristics around that season of life. What will make it function well for you? What are the support systems that you need to put in place? Who can help you? What are the resources? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you worry? What makes you spend more time? As you think through those questions and you try to analyze it based on the season of life you're in, I believe you can find the balance to life. The balance to life in such a way that I am happy and content with the way my life is right now. In this season I am in, and I'm not so worried about what X is going through or what Y is doing or what Z is doing. This is the season of life I'm in. I'm enjoying every moment of it and I'm getting the best of it. If this has been helpful to you, I want you to write a comment, drop something on our Facebook group. Tell me what you learned from this session. If you have any questions as well, feel free to ask, and we'll get together in the next video.